I started with Camp High Harbor in 1996. I started in Cabin 6 as a camper. The longest time I had spent away from my parents was a weekend. My first 4 days at camp, I'm pretty sure I cried the entire time because I was having fun, but I wasn't used to not being with my parents. And then the Friday night closing ceremonies, I was bawling my eyes out because I didn't want to leave. So that's kind of the experience. That's how it started. I knew that it was a rough beginning for me, but coming towards the end, I didn't want to get out of there. My parents picked me up and I begged them to let me stay another week. My once-in-a-lifetime opportunity was going away and learning basically how to be not on my own, but away from my mom and dad for a certain period of time. I'm totally different now than I was when I was a young kid. I wasn't very overly outgoing then. You know, I kind of kept to myself in a way, and my once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at that point was completely coming out of my shell and completely getting to know people, talking to random strangers that I'd never met before. It started 15 years of doing the same thing. My most valuable experience, something that I learned at camp very young, you get to be the person who you really are, and you get to grow in that person who you really are, because there's no means of non-acceptance at camp, because everybody's there for the same goal, to get out of their shell, to have a great time, to meet new people. And one thing with that is that I have, being adult now, just, being married now, starting my own family, camp taught me really how to be myself, and I'll be able to instill that in my children, because going to camp, you never have to worry about what this guy's thinking about you, because this guy's thinking the same thing you are, And I think that's the most valuable thing I ever learned,